Shalom, shalom. Call halalim la Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that preach the truth at the four corners of the globe. To you I say shalom, shalom. All right, Lord willing, this be an edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushai. Okay, going through Matthew, the 25th chapter, speaking on the wise and the foolish virgins. Okay, so without further ado, this is Matthew chapter 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto ten virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. All right, which those 10 virgins represent represent the nation of Israel, all right, as a whole. And the bridegroom is Yahushai. Verse 2. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. All right, so obviously you got the wise virgins, which represent the elect, and the foolish virgins, which represent, the rest of the nation of Israel. All right, basically, you got your regular average day niggas. You got Jake that know that they're Israelites, that still, committing folly, or they in a false doctrine. And then you just got, casualties of just regular niggas, man. All right, but basically that's the rest of the nation of Israel that is not written in the book of life. All right. So therefore, those foolish virgins are going to be destroyed. It's verse 3, they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, right? Because the oil represents understanding of the scriptures, of the prophecies, of the dark sayings, of the law, statutes, and commandments, all right? Because anybody could, go to the store, grab a Bible, and start reading it. But it's about if you have the understanding of the scriptures in order to apply the law, statutes, and commandments. It's about if you have the understanding of the scriptures in order to break it down properly and apply it to your everyday life. It says, verse 3, they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. Verse 4, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. Right, because the elect has the understanding of the scripture. The elect is going to apply the law, statutes, and commandments to their everyday life in order to be saved for salvation. But the rest of the nation of Israel is not. All right, here it is. You got men waking up at a mass number of men waking up to the realization that they're Israelites, man. All right, but you still got a large mass number of niggas still following after Esau, following after the ways of this world, sticking their arm out to take the jab, trusting in America, basically, which is going to get them destroyed. That's why they don't have the oil, because it wasn't chosen for them to get the oil. It was chosen for the elect to get the understanding of the scriptures to be reserved for salvation. It says, verse 4, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept, which that's Yahushai, right? Because Yahushai, he don't even know when he going to come back. Only the Lord knows, when he's going to send his son to come back, destroy this place, and deliver the elect. So right now, Yahushai is tarrying to come back and deliver us and to destroy Salaki, and to destroy, America. Now it says, verse 6, and at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. So the elect is going to be prepared and ready at the second coming of Yahushai. Right? Because the elect is going to have that oil, the understanding of the scriptures. They still going to be enduring They still going to be keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments while everybody else is increasing in their wickedness. All right, everybody else is perishing of famine. Everyone else is committing cannibalism. Everyone else is robbing, murdering, and killing, man, within the streets. But the elect is going to stick with the word. The elect going to stick with these scriptures. So they're going to be ready. And Lord willing, we be of that number. We're going to be ready when Yahushua comes back to be presented blameless and holy before him. All right, it says, verse 7, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are going out. Right? Because in that day, they're going to be willing. In that day, they're going to be willing to follow the laws. They're going to be willing to get in order, you know, and bow down to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Because it's going to be all hell, chaos going on within the whole world. Not just America, but the whole world. People not going to know. They're going to be in a state of confusion, in a state of darkness, man. And they're going to remember those men that was out there on the highways and byways, in the streets, or in the chief place of concourse where people buy and sell. They're going to be remembering those words that those men said. They're going to, because it's going to be coming to pass. Right. This is, and I got a quick precept. This is Ezekiel chapter 33. And I'm gonna start at verse 31. And it says, and they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. And that's the estate of the rest of the nation of Israel right now. Because we out here preaching, we out here breaking down the scriptures in the right format, in the correct way, making it plain upon tables, all right, for the nation of Israel. But whether they refuse, man. Shalom, shalom. But they refuse, man. Okay, they despise the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. They despise the prophets that the Lord sent out. So they not trying to get right, man. They want to continue to smoke weed. They want to continue to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, commit adultery, and do what they feel like is pleasing to their flesh. That's what they want to do. They don't want to get right, discipline themselves for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Verse 32, Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 32, it says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice. Right? And that's when we go out and preach. This is likened unto a lovely song, man. All right? Because when you go into the book of Psalms, all right, that's exactly what Psalms mean. It means songs. You know, and our forefather King David, he was a musician. All right, but he also was a prophet too, man. You know, so these scriptures, these words, when we break it down, we make it plain upon tables, it's likened into a lovely song. Because that vibration we push out, it has a high frequency, just like music has. But this truth is on a way higher frequency, which is the reason why this kingdom is being brought down, the more men that wake up to this truth. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. Right? And that, once again, this is the estate of Israel. They're not hearkening into the voice of the prophets, which is the voice of the Lord. They're not hearkening to the law, statutes, and commandments. We're showing you the right way to do it, man. We're showing you what you're seeking for. Because Israel, the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, that Israel have not obtained what they seek it for. So we out here trying to give it to you, man. But you people are blinded. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua put the spirit to darken your eyes and basically to stuff your ears so you won't hear and get the understanding of this word in these scriptures, man. Because somebody got to fit the description of 2/3. Verse 33, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come to pass. What is that talking about? It's talking about these prophecies. When these prophecies come to pass, and lo, it will come to pass. All right. It says, though, Habakkuk, the second chapter says, though it tarry, wait for it. All right. Which means it requires patience. It requires patience to wait on these prophecies. All right. It says, then shall they know that a prophet has been among them. Right. Because the prophecies that our elders have been preaching for so long, right on down to the rest of the brothers in GMS, not just GMS, because you got other camps out there that preach the right doctrine, but you got so many brothers out there preaching this word. All right, then they gonna remember the word that was being preached in that day, man. Cause we on YouTube, we on so many social media outlets that you gotta know the truth, man. That's why the scriptures say that the elect must be sealed first before the destruction comes. So this truth can go out across the four corners of the globe, so won't nobody have no excuse, man. Can't no Jake say, well, I never heard that before. Or I never, had the chance to get that truth. Can't no Israelite say that, man. So ain't gonna be no excuse for no Israelite in that day as to why you not serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Because the Lord raised up men to preach this doctrine and truth unto you. All right, back in Matthew, the 25th chapter, I'm going to pick up where I leave off, verse 8. I'm going to start at verse 8. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are going out, right? Because the rest of the nation of Israel, they're going to be looking for the prophets, inquiring of the prophets, all right, because these things are finally happening and coming to pass. They're going to be looking for safety, shelter, all right? Because they're going to be looking at certain men and they going to know, well, why ain't he fucked up like I'm fucked? Why is his flock and his household looks stable, It says, verse 9, but the wise answered, saying, not so, least there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. In that day, ain't nobody gonna be selling. Ain't nobody gonna be preaching in that day. So basically, you on your own, man, in that day. That's what we gonna say. You on your own, because you had the chance. You had the ample amount of time to get right before the Lord came. Before all of these prophecies came to pass. You had the chance, man. All right, but you chose to do otherwise. So for that, you're going to have to go out and buy for yourselves, man. Which basically means you out on your own, because ain't going to be no brothers preaching in that day. Ain't going to be no oil for you to buy in that day. Ain't nobody going to be buying and selling in that day, man. All right? So you're going to be asked out. It says, verse 10, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut, right? Because once again, the elect is going to be the only ones ready for the return of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And I'm going to grab a quick precept. This is Matthew chapter 24. And I'm going to so like, you bear with me, Baba Kushah. All right, here we go right here. This is Matthew chapter 24, and I'm going to start at verse 30. It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, which is Yahweh Shai. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So when Yahweh Shai come back, it's not just going to be him by himself, man. All right, he's going to come back with a band of angels, a band of chariots. And the people are going to mourn because they're going to finally acknowledge their transgressions. They're going to acknowledge their sins, man. They're going to finally find out everything they've been believing was a lie. And they're going to be greatly ashamed. That's why they're going to mourn at the arrival of Yahweh Shai. Verse 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other, right? Because that proves that the elect is going to be ready at Yahweh Shai's return, because they're going to be gathered. They're going to be beamed up in that chariot to be saved from the destruction. Because while this is going on, while the elect being beamed up, you're going to have missiles raining down on this place, destroying this place. You're going to have the angels that come back with the chariots. They're going to be destroying this place. This place is just going to be utterly getting destroyed while the elect is getting beamed up, man. All right, so back in Matthew chapter 25, verse 10, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. All right? So none of us want to hear those words in that day. None of us want to feel that rejection of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But if you reject the Lord on this side, the Lord is going to reject you, man. All right? If you don't cleave unto wisdom and knowledge, then the Lord is going to reject you, man. This is Psalms. Because this wisdom and knowledge, Yahweh Shai said they come in the volume of the book. So as much as we study the scriptures, as much as we get more knowledge on the scriptures, that's how much knowledge we getting on Yahweh Shai. All right, and that's making our relationship closer to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai the more we study the word. This is Psalms chapter 119, verse 105. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. All right, so this word is a lamp. In order for that lamp to be lit, you have to have oil, right? At least in the ancient days, you had to have oil. So that oil, once again, going back to the whole, the breakdown of Matthew the 25th chapter, the oil is the understanding. In order for that lamp to shine, so that you can have light to see, so you can know which way you're going, which way your feet is leading you, you need to have the understanding, man, which is the oil. This is this Proverbs chapter 6, verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. Okay, now keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, all right, that's what's going to get you saved, all right? Doing it with sincerity and doing it in truth. Studying the word as much as you can, that's what's going to get you saved, man. Because those five foolish virgins, they wasn't studying the word. They wasn't trying to get to know Yahweh Shai better. All right, they wasn't trying to tap into the spiritual man, the inward man. So for that, what did they do? They got rejected by the Lord, man. They were left for that destruction. All right. So with that being said, all right, we got to continue in this word, continue in this truth. Me, myself, first and foremost, the very best way we can. We got to be on fire, especially now, all right, because the times are drawing closer and closer and closer to the coming back of Yahweh Shai. And when Yahweh Shai comes back, we want him to see us working, man. Enduring to the end, giving it basically our 100% effort, our 144% all, so we can be delivered, man. All right? So with that being said, once again, call Halalim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rechak Wadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well. Shalom, shalom to the hopeful elect preaching his word. Abide Babal.